A Tale of Three Fish. Once upon a time, in a vast and sparkling river, there lived three fish named Fin, Flo, and Flap. Fin was the eldest, known for his wisdom and careful thinking. Flo was the middle fish, with a kind heart and adventurous spirit. And Flap was the youngest, full of energy and curiosity. One sunny morning, as the three fish were swimming lazily in the clear waters of the river, they overheard a group of fishermen talking excitedly on the riverbank. "I heard there's a big fishing tournament happening downstream," one fisherman said, his voice carrying over the water. "The winner gets a shiny trophy and a basket full of delicious treats." Fin, Flo, and Flap listened intently, their fins twitching with curiosity. They had never heard of a fishing tournament before, and the idea of competing for prizes sounded like a thrilling adventure. "We should enter the tournament," Flap exclaimed, his eyes wide with excitement. "Yeah, it sounds like so much fun." Flo agreed, her tail swishing back and forth. Fin nodded thoughtfully, his mind already working out a plan. "It could be a great opportunity for us to test our skills and see who's the best fisherman among us," he said, his voice calm and steady. And so, with their minds made up, the three fish friends set off downstream to enter the fishing tournament and embark on an adventure they would never forget. As they swam along the winding river, they encountered all sorts of challenges along the way. They had to navigate through swift currents, avoid hungry predators, and dodge obstacles like fallen branches and rocks. But despite the obstacles they faced, Fin, Flo, and Flap pressed on, their determination driving them forward. They knew that the prize awaiting them at the end of their journey would make it all worth it. Finally, after many hours of swimming, they arrived at the location of the fishing tournament. The riverbank was bustling with activity, as fish from far and wide gathered to compete for the coveted trophy and prizes. Fin, Flo, and Flap watched in awe as the other contestants showed off their fishing skills, casting their lines with precision and reeling in big catches one after another. "We'll need a strategy if we're going to win," Fin said, his voice filled with determination. "Let's observe the other contestants and see if we can learn any tricks from them." And so, the three fish friends spent the rest of the day carefully studying the techniques of their competitors, taking note of their movements and strategies. As the sun began to set and the tournament drew to a close, it was finally time for Fin, Flo, and Flap to take their turn. With their hearts pounding with excitement, they swam out into the middle of the river and cast their lines into the water. For hours, they waited patiently, their eyes fixed on the shimmering surface of the water, hoping for a bite. But as the time passed, they began to grow discouraged. It seemed that luck was not on their side, and they feared they would leave the tournament empty-handed. But just as they were about to give up hope, they felt a tug on their line. With a burst of adrenaline, they pulled with all their might, and to their amazement, they reeled in the biggest fish they had ever seen. Cheers erupted from the crowd as Fin, Flo, and Flap proudly displayed their catch. They had done it. They had won the fishing tournament and proved themselves to be the best fishermen in the river. As they basked in the glory of their victory, Fin, Flo, and Flap couldn't help but feel a sense of gratitude for each other. They knew that it was their friendship and teamwork that had led them to success, and that no matter what challenges they faced in the future, they would always have each other's backs. And as the sun dipped below the horizon and the stars twinkled overhead, the three fish friends swam back home, their hearts full of pride and their minds filled with memories of their thrilling adventure. As Fin, Flo, and Flap swam back home after their victory in the fishing tournament, they couldn't stop talking about their adventure. The excitement of winning and the joy of being together filled their hearts with happiness. However, their peaceful journey home was interrupted when they heard a faint splashing sound coming from a nearby stream. Curious, they swam closer to investigate. To their surprise, they found a small pond hidden among the reeds and cattails. The water was crystal clear and shimmered in the sunlight, inviting the three fish to take a closer look. "I've never seen this pond before," Flo said, her eyes wide with wonder. "Me neither," Flap chimed in, darting around excitedly. Finn, always the cautious one, approached the pond with care. "We should be careful," he warned. "We don't know anything about this pond or what dangers may lurk within." But Flap was too excited to listen. With a playful splash, he leaped into the pond, eager to explore its depths. "Flop, wait!" Flo called out, but it was too late. Flap had disappeared beneath the surface of the water. Worried, Finn and Flo swam after him, diving into the pond in search of their adventurous friend. Underneath the water, the pond was a world of wonder. Colorful fish darted between the reeds, and tiny creatures scurried along the sandy bottom. But there was no sign of Flap anywhere. "Flop, where are you?" Flo called out, her voice echoing through the water. Suddenly, they heard a faint voice coming from deeper within the pond. "Over here!" Following the sound of Flap's voice, Finn and Flo swam deeper into the pond until they came to a large rock formation. There, they found Flap trapped in a tangle of underwater plants. "We've got to help him," Flo exclaimed, her heart pounding with fear. Working together, Finn and Flo managed to free Flap from the plants and swim back to the surface of the pond. As they emerged, they found themselves face to face with a mysterious figure standing on the bank. The figure was tall and slender, with long flowing hair and a shimmering cloak that sparkled in the sunlight. "Greetings, travelers," the figure said, their voice soft and melodic. "I am the guardian of this pond. What brings you here?" Finn, Flo, and Flap exchanged nervous glances, unsure of how to respond. They had never encountered a guardian before, and they weren't sure if they could trust this mysterious stranger. "We're sorry for intruding," Finn said, his voice trembling slightly. "We didn't mean to cause any trouble. We were just curious about the pond." The guardian nodded understandingly. "Curiosity is a natural thing," they said. "But this pond is a sacred place, filled with ancient magic and powerful secrets. It is not to be taken lightly." Finn, Flo, and Flap listened intently as the guardian spoke, their hearts filled with a sense of awe and wonder. They had never imagined that the pond could hold such mysteries. "We mean no harm," Flo said earnestly. "We only want to learn more about the pond and its secrets." The guardian regarded them thoughtfully for a moment before nodding in approval. "Very well," they said. "If you seek to uncover the secrets of the pond, you must first prove yourselves worthy. Complete the challenges I set before you, and you will earn the right to learn its mysteries." Finn, Flo, and Flap exchanged determined glances, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. They knew that this was their chance to prove themselves and unlock the secrets of the mysterious pond. And so, under the watchful gaze of the guardian, the three fish friends embarked on a series of challenges that would test their courage, strength, and wisdom like never before. Little did they know that their journey was only just beginning, and that the secrets of the pond held more surprises than they could ever imagine. With determination in their hearts, Fin, Flo, and Flap stood before the guardian of the mysterious pond, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The guardian watched them closely, their eyes gleaming with curiosity and wisdom. "Are you prepared to begin?" the guardian asked, their voice echoing through the air. Fin, Flo, and Flap nodded eagerly, their fins twitching with excitement. They were eager to prove themselves worthy of unlocking the secrets of the pond. "Very well," the guardian said, gesturing for them to follow. "Follow me, and I will show you the first challenge." With the guardian leading the way, the three fish friends swam deeper into the pond, their eyes wide with wonder at the sights that surrounded them. They passed through groves of swaying seaweed, past clusters of colorful coral, until they came to a vast underwater cavern. "This is where your first challenge awaits," the guardian said, their voice echoing off the cavern walls. "Inside this cavern, you will find a series of tunnels and passageways. Your task is to navigate through them and find the hidden treasure at the end." Fin, Flo, and Flap exchanged excited glances before swimming into the cavern, eager to begin their adventure. The tunnels were dark and twisting, with narrow passages and sharp turns that tested their agility and perseverance. But Fin, Flo, and Flap pressed on, their determination unwavering as they navigated through the maze-like tunnels. As they swam deeper into the cavern, they encountered all sorts of obstacles along the way. They had to dodge fast-moving currents, squeeze through tight spaces, and avoid getting tangled in the thick strands of seaweed that lined the walls. But despite the challenges they faced, Fin, Flo, and Flap remained focused on their goal. They knew that if they worked together and used their wits, they could overcome any obstacle that stood in their way. Finally, after what felt like hours of swimming, they reached the end of the tunnels and found themselves in a large chamber bathed in golden light. In the center of the chamber, atop a pedestal carved from stone, sat a small chest adorned with intricate carvings and shimmering jewels. "It's the treasure!" Flap exclaimed, his eyes wide with excitement. Fin, Flo, and Flap approached the chest cautiously, their hearts pounding with anticipation. With trembling fins, they reached out and lifted the lid, revealing the treasures hidden within. A trove of sparkling gems, precious pearls, and ancient artifacts that glittered in the dim light of the chamber. But amidst the riches, there was something else. A small golden key, nestled among the treasures like a precious jewel. This must be the key to unlocking the secrets of the pond. Flo exclaimed, her voice filled with excitement. Fin nodded in agreement, his mind racing with possibilities. "We must take the key and return to the Guardian," he said. "Only then will we learn the true purpose of the challenges we have faced." And so, with the key clutched tightly in their fins, Fin, Flo, and Flap swam back through the tunnels and emerged into the open water of the pond. There, waiting for them on the shore, was the Guardian, their eyes gleaming with anticipation. "We have completed the first challenge," Fin said, presenting the key to the Guardian. "Now we seek to unlock the secrets of the pond." The Guardian regarded them thoughtfully for a moment before nodding in approval. "Well done, brave travelers," they said. "But your journey is far from over. There are still more challenges ahead, each more difficult than the last. Are you ready to continue?" Fin, Flo, and Flap exchanged determined glances before nodding in unison. They were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, knowing that with courage, perseverance, and the strength of their friendship, they could overcome anything that stood in their way. And so, with the guardian leading the way, the three fish friends set off once again, their hearts filled with determination and their minds filled with anticipation for the adventures that awaited them.